At first glance, the cosmic house looks like an ordinary London townhouse, but that changes the moment you get closer. The windows are strange, the colors feel off, and the details don't match traditional architecture. It almost looks like a construction experiment that was abandoned halfway through. Some might even call it ugly. But stepping inside is like entering a completely different reality. This house isn't just a home, it's a journey through time, space, and ideas. Designed by architect Charles Jenks, the cosmic house was built around symbols, patterns, and cosmic theories. The walls and ceilings flow in unexpected directions, guiding visitors through different eras and concepts of the universe. There's a time room where each detail represents a different historical period. A celestial bathroom glows under soft lights, and even the staircase tells a story through its unique shapes. Every room feels like it belongs to a different world. The library has a curved ceiling that plays with light and shadow, creating an illusion of movement. The floor designs shift as you walk, making it feel like the house is alive. Even the furniture isn't just placed in rooms, it's part of the architecture, blending into the themes of the house. From the outside, people have no idea what's hidden behind the mismatched windows and unusual angles. But once inside, it's impossible not to be amazed. This isn't just a place to live, it's an architectural puzzle, filled with details that make every corner feel like a new discovery. Some homes hide their beauty behind walls, but this one hides it under the earth. Deep in the Welsh countryside, a small, grass-covered hill seems unremarkable, until you notice the round doorway carved into it. This is the Hobbit House, a handmade eco-home that looks like it belongs in a fantasy novel. From the outside, it's almost invisible, blending perfectly with the landscape. Some might even mistake it for an abandoned burrow. Step inside though, and it's a world of warmth and creativity. The curved wooden beams arch overhead, giving the space a natural, cozy feel. The walls are sculpted from straw and clay, creating a soft, organic texture. Large windows cut into the hillside flood the rooms with natural light, making the whole house feel open despite being built underground. A stone fireplace crackles in the center, and handcrafted furniture fits seamlessly into the rounded spaces. Every detail of this house was designed for comfort and sustainability. Rainwater is collected, solar panels provide energy, and natural insulation keeps the temperature just right year-round. It's not just a home, it's a way of living in harmony with nature. From the outside, it's easy to overlook, but inside, it's a perfect balance of beauty, function, and a little bit of magic. From the road, this house looks like a spaceship that landed at the wrong coordinates. Its tilted glass walls rise at an angle, creating a futuristic shape that doesn't seem to belong in a quiet French village. To some, it looks bizarre, like a building that's about to tip over. But this is no accident. The heliodome was designed with extreme precision. Its entire shape follows the movement of the sun, trapping warmth in the winter while staying cool in the summer. The slanted glass facade collects sunlight during colder months, heating the inside naturally. When the seasons change, the overhanging structure blocks direct sun, keeping the home shaded and comfortable. It's an engineering masterpiece disguised as an odd-looking house. Inside, the atmosphere is bright and open. Sunlight streams through the massive windows, filling every room with a golden glow. The curved wood and stone interiors feel warm and organic, despite the futuristic shape of the house. Everything is arranged with purpose, from the angled floors to the carefully placed skylights. There's a peaceful energy here, like the house is working with nature instead of against it. At first, people don't know what to make of this house. Some stop to stare, wondering why anyone would build something so strange. But the more they look, the more they realize, it's not just a house, it's a machine designed to capture the power of the sun itself. Most houses follow a pattern, symmetrical, predictable. rooms. People who walk by often stop and stare, confused by its unusual form. But those who step inside realize, it's not just a strange house, it's an idea made real, a glimpse into an alternate version of architecture that never became mainstream. Tucked away in the woods of New York, this house looks like something that sprouted overnight. Its rounded, bulbous sections rise on slender stalks, giving it the look of oversized mushrooms clustered together. The soft curves make it seem almost organic, as if it grew straight from the forest floor. People driving past often do a double take. At first, it's hard to tell if it's even a real building, but inside, the mushroom house is an entirely different world. The curved walls create cozy, flowing spaces where no room is quite like the next. Windows stretch along the rounded walls, letting in light from all angles. Everything inside feels sculpted rather than built. Furniture, staircases, and even doorways seem to merge seamlessly into the structure. Designed in the 1970s by architect James Johnson, the house was meant to feel natural, yet futuristic. The rounded walls eliminate corners, making every space feel open and fluid. The materials, wood, stone, and natural fibers, enhance the organic atmosphere. Even the ceiling heights vary, some rooms soaring high like a cathedral, others tucked away in quiet nooks. It's a house that defies the straight lines and rigid shapes of traditional architecture. Some say it feels like living inside a sculpture. Others compare it to stepping into a fantasy world. Either way, it proves that homes don't have to follow the rules to be beautiful. Most homes are designed to feel stable, grounded. This one is the complete opposite. In a small Polish village, a wooden house stands awkwardly on its roof, as if it were dropped from the sky. The slanted windows, the inverted roof resting on the ground, it all looks wrong. Tourists stop, tilt their heads, and wonder, who would build something like this? The strangeness doesn't end at the front door. Inside, everything is flipped upside down, furniture clings to the ceiling, chandeliers sprout from the floor, and even the paintings hang in reverse. Walking through the rooms is disorienting. The sloped walls and off-balance design create an unsteady feeling, almost like the ground is shifting beneath your feet. Built as a symbolic statement about political change, this house is less about comfort and more about challenging perception. It takes something familiar, a simple wooden home, and twists it into something surreal. Though it's a tourist attraction rather than a place to live, stepping inside offers a new perspective. In a world where everything feels predictable, this house proves that even the most basic things, walls, floors, ceilings, don't always have to follow the rules. At first glance, this home doesn't even look like a house. There's no roof, no sharp edges, just a smooth, spiraling shell that seems to have washed ashore. The curved entrance and mosaic-covered walls shimmer in the sunlight, blending with the surrounding greenery. It's as if nature itself sculpted this house rather than human hands. Inside, the feeling of being inside a seashell is even stronger. The walls flow seamlessly from one room to the next, curving and twisting like the interior of an actual nautilus. There are no hard corners, no straight lines, just organic shapes that make the entire space feel alive. Colored glass windows filter the light, casting soft, underwater-like hues across the rooms. Even the furniture is built into the structure, making it feel like a natural extension of the home rather than separate pieces placed inside it. Designed by architect Javier Senocien, the Nautilus House is an experiment in bioarchitecture where design follows the forms of nature instead of forcing rigid structures onto the landscape. The thick walls keep the inside cool, and the open, flowing layout makes every space feel connected. From the outside, some might find it strange, a house without angles, lost in a swirl of color and shape. But step inside, and it becomes clear. This isn't just a home, it's an experience, one that makes you rethink what a living space can be. Some houses are designed to blend into nature. This one looks like nature itself. In the rolling hills of northern Portugal, a massive boulder stands in the landscape. Except it's not just a rock, it's a house. At first, it's hard to believe. There are no traditional walls, no obvious doors, just rough stone with small windows carved into its surface. From a distance, it could be mistaken for a natural formation. But step inside, and it's surprisingly livable. The thick stone walls provide insulation, keeping the interior cool in summer and warm in winter. The furniture is mostly handcrafted, fitting into the irregular shapes of the rooms. There's a fireplace built directly into the rock, adding to the rustic atmosphere. Though it has electricity and running water, the house maintains an old-world simplicity, free from modern distractions. Casa do Penedo was built in the 1970s as a family retreat, designed to be both sturdy and in harmony with the land. Over time, its unusual appearance has drawn visitors from around the world. Some say it looks like something from a prehistoric era. Others compare it to the home of the Flintstones. But what makes it so unique is its authenticity. It wasn't built to be a tourist attraction. It was built as a real, functional home. From the outside, it seems impossible that such a house exists. But inside, it's proof that a home doesn't need glass, steel, or concrete to be extraordinary. Some houses try to stand out. This one tries to disappear. Deep in the forests of Sweden, suspended between tall pine trees, is a nearly invisible cube. At first glance, there's nothing there, just reflections of the sky, trees, and landscape. But step closer, and you'll realize you're looking at a house. The mirror cube is a floating illusion. Its mirrored walls reflect everything around it, making it almost impossible to spot unless you know where to look. It's not large, just a small, lightweight cube built for one or two people. But inside, it's a cozy escape. The walls may be reflective on the outside, but inside they are lined with warm birch wood. A large circular window opens up to the forest, letting in soft, natural light. Despite its high-tech appearance, the house is designed to be as eco-friendly as possible. The aluminum frame is lightweight, meaning it doesn't put pressure on the trees holding it up. A simple electric heating system keeps it warm in winter, and since it's suspended above the ground, it has almost no impact on the forest floor. From the outside, it's a ghostly illusion, blending perfectly into its surroundings. But inside, it's a private retreat, a floating sanctuary hidden in plain sight. Some houses use architecture to disappear. Others, like a certain mansion in England, use architecture to demand attention. Some houses confuse, some surprise, and then there are homes like Harlaxton Manor, impossible to ignore. This isn't just a house, it's a grand display of architecture at its most dramatic. From the moment you see it, the towering stone facade, the twisting chimneys, and the endless layers of carved detail make it feel more like a castle than a home. Built in the 1800s, Harlaxton Manor is a mix of architectural styles, Gothic, Baroque, Jacobean, all blended together in a way that almost shouldn't work, yet somehow does. The exterior is covered in intricate carvings, turrets, and grand archways, making every part of the building feel elaborate and theatrical. Some describe it as something out of a fantasy novel, others say it looks like a movie set. Inside, it's just as overwhelming. The ceilings soar, the woodwork is hand-carved, and the chandeliers hang like frozen waterfalls of crystal. The Great Hall is the centerpiece, a vast space lined with enormous windows, gold detailing, and a fireplace big enough to stand inside. Every room has its own unique character, some filled with tapestries, others with marble and gold leaf. Unlike the mirror cube, which tries to disappear into nature, Harlaxton Manor is built to be seen. It's not subtle, it's not modest, and it's certainly not ordinary. But inside, it's a masterpiece of design, where every detail tells a story. Some houses feel too big, filled with unused space. This one has the opposite problem, it barely fits at all. Hidden in a narrow gap between two buildings in Warsaw, the Karet House is the skinniest home in the world. From the outside, it's hard to even recognize it as a house. At its widest point, it measures just over 4 feet. At its narrowest, less than 3 feet. Yet somehow, it works. Inside, every inch is carefully designed to be functional. A steep ladder leads to the upper level, where a tiny bedroom and desk are squeezed against the walls. A compact kitchen has just enough room for the basics, and natural light filters through the translucent walls to keep the space from feeling claustrophobic. There's no wasted space, everything is built for efficiency. The house was originally designed as an art installation, a statement on urban living and the use of forgotten spaces, but it's fully functional and people have actually lived here. It forces a new way of thinking about what a home really is. It doesn't need wide hallways or oversized furniture, it just needs to work. While the Karet House is an extreme take on minimalism, another Polish house challenges reality in a completely different way. At first it looks like a trick of the eyes. The walls bend, the windows warp, and the roof twists like it's melting in the sun. But this isn't a funhouse mirror, it's the real shape of the Crooked House, one of the strangest buildings in Poland. Built in the early 2000s, the design was inspired by fairy tale illustrations. The architects wanted to create a building that felt like it belonged in a dream. The result is a structure where nothing is straight. Doors curve, the facade ripples, and even the bricks seem to shift in waves. It's as if the entire building is caught in motion. Inside, the surreal atmosphere continues, but the layout is surprisingly practical. The crooked house isn't just for show. It's a functional commercial space, home to shops, cafes, and offices. The walls might bend, but everything inside is designed to be usable. Walking through it feels disorienting, like stepping into an animated world where the rules of architecture don't apply. While some buildings aim for perfect symmetry, this one embraces imperfection. And yet, despite its exaggerated appearance, it's not unstable. The structure is solid, built to last. It just looks like it's defying gravity. Some homes make a statement with size, others with unusual shapes. But this one challenges architecture in a different way, by flipping expectations. The Healy Guest House, better known as the Cocoon House, doesn't have a heavy, solid roof. Instead, its roof is light, curved, and flexible, almost like a stretched fabric. From the outside, it looks delicate, almost weightless. But there's more to it than meets the eye. Designed in 1950 by architect Paul Rudolph, this house was an experiment in modern materials. The roof is made of a thin, catenary curve of concrete sprayed over a mesh, giving it a soft, fluid shape. It was inspired by the same material used to wrap decommissioned military ships, hence the name Cocoon House. Unlike traditional roofs which rely on thick beams and heavy tiles, this one uses tension to stay in place, making it both lightweight and strong. Inside, the design is just as unconventional. The walls are mostly glass, letting in an abundance of natural light and making the house feel larger than it is. The open floor plan creates a seamless flow between the indoors and the lush Florida landscape outside. There are no unnecessary walls, just carefully placed furniture and partitions that define spaces without blocking the view. The house feels like an extension of its surroundings, perfectly in tune with the island's warm, breezy climate. Despite its experimental design, the Cocoon House isn't just an architectural showcase, it's practical. The curved roof provides natural shade, keeping the interior cool. The raised floor allows air to circulate underneath, preventing moisture buildup in the humid climate. Everything about the house is designed to work with nature, rather than against it. From the street, it doesn't look like much, a small, simple structure tucked among the trees. But once inside, it becomes clear why this house is considered a modernist masterpiece. It proves that bold ideas don't always need dramatic forms. Sometimes, the most revolutionary homes are the ones that challenge expectations quietly, changing the way we think about space, materials, and the way we live. Most homes are built to provide privacy, to separate the inside from the outside world. This one does the opposite. In a quiet Tokyo neighborhood, a house stands almost entirely made of glass. There are no thick walls, no solid barriers, just a delicate, transparent structure that exposes everything inside. From the outside, it looks less like a home and more like a giant display case. Designed by architect Sue Fujimoto, the transparent house challenges the very idea of what a house should be. The entire structure is made up of stacked white platforms, each acting as a different level of living space. With no true rooms, no traditional floors, and no enclosed walls, the house feels more like an open-air sculpture than a home. Sunlight floods in from every direction, and the distinction between indoors and outdoors almost disappears. Inside, the layout is unlike anything found in a conventional home. The floors are positioned at different heights, creating a sense of floating levels instead of separate rooms. A small workspace might be just a few feet above the kitchen, with only a slim staircase or a ladder connecting them. There's no clear division between private and shared spaces. Every area is visible, every movement exposed. It's a house that forces a new way of living, where transparency isn't just physical, but also part of everyday life. But despite its extreme openness, the house is surprisingly functional. The glass walls provide natural light throughout the day, reducing the need for artificial lighting. In a dense urban environment like Tokyo, where space is limited, the open design makes the house feel far larger than its actual size. And while privacy is obviously a challenge, carefully placed curtains and movable partitions offer some flexibility. Most homes are built from the ground up. This one was built from the top down. Rising high above the streets of London, an old Victorian water tower stands tall and imposing. At first glance, it looks abandoned, just another piece of industrial history left to decay. But inside, it's anything but forgotten. Originally built in the 1800s, this water tower was transformed into a modern home while keeping its original structure intact. The thick brick walls, iron staircases, and narrow windows give it a historical feel, but the interiors tell a different story. A sleek, minimalist design contrasts with the raw, industrial elements, blending old and new in a way that feels both dramatic and inviting. The biggest highlight is the view. The tower's height, once used for water pressure, now offers a stunning panoramic look over London. Large glass panels were added to maximize light, turning the upper floors into bright, open spaces. A modern elevator connects the levels, making the once cramped layout surprisingly comfortable. From the street, it's an old relic of the past, but inside, it's a cutting-edge home that proves even the most unexpected structures can be reimagined. That's about it. Write in the comments which of these houses you would like to live in. For more useful information, watch other videos.